Hey everyone! Today I want to do some backbends, so I thought that I might to film this my practice or this class even. What I really like to do at the beginning of backbending is to use blocks, but you can use whatever you have. So you can use some pillows or something maybe even harder than pillows, or maybe stacking up books and then putting a blanket on top of it, and just make sure that the books are not that they don't really move that much. I like this one, this hard opener, because you really start to feel the places in your back, because we don't see our back, we don't see the spine, we don't see the muscles here. Also the shoulder blades, they're a big part of backbends. And this is the reason we maybe sometimes don't even realize what's happening on the backside. And also we don't have control over those muscles. And I think it was this exercise, or this it's not really exercise, but this position that helped me a lot to realize where my muscles on the back are, especially the upper back, and also where I should engage and where I should backbend. That it's not supposed to be in the low back, that is a little bit reachable, so you can actually touch it at least with your hand pretty easily, so you are more aware of what's happening here. However, here in the upper back or middle back, you can't really reach it, and you definitely don't see it. So you really maybe even lose control over your life, or yeah, or you never had it. One block is supposed to go right where the middle back is. And so it's not the low back, the lower part, but rather the central part, and the top of the block will dig directly into those bases of shoulder blades. So that's where the shoulder blades start. That's where the block should also start. The other block you can place underneath your head. If you're rather flexible, you can also skip this block, you don't have to use it. And then really make sure that you find a comfortable position here. So you can try and change it and move yourself a little bit, especially like backbends in the morning, and I was cleaning the apartment a little bit. And then while you are doing something that is very well, it's not really too exhaustive, but when you're doing stuff, usually you are in a forward fold and you're rounding your spine a lot. So after this kind of work, backbends feel really nice. So once you find yourself rather comfortable, you can close your eyes, even leaving your arms relaxed by sides. And you can either have your legs with bent knees, your feet mat wide, and the knees can fall towards each other. Or another option, if you want to stretch a little bit more your hip flexors or get the back bend more into the core, then you can extend the legs. However, to keep the pelvis neutral, you have to point the knees a little bit more up. So don't relax your legs all the way so the feet fall to the sides, but rather keep them pointing up towards the ceiling. a slight engagement in your inner thighs. And then bring your attention into your breath, into your chest, how it rises as you inhale. And then try to release more into the block as you exhale. And then feel your shoulder blades, the bases, the tips of them, bottom tips, as they dig into the block or whatever you are using. And feel the skin right in between your back ribs and the block. And then once you feel that the back bend here is not enough, you can even try to remove the block from underneath your head. Of course, you can come back anytime, but putting the block right underneath. Deep breath into your chest and releasing. Deep breath in. And exhaling, release. And then we will bend the knees and slowly using our arms to soften the roll to the side, and we will try to keep the spine long here, just removing the block but not rounding the spine yet. Coming back to lying on your back, bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor, and then just feeling these muscles right underneath the shoulder blades, and we'll try to engage them slightly, putting or rolling the shoulders to the sides and back, just so you can elevate the spine away from the ground, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then place the feet a little bit closer towards your hips. Press through your heels and lift your hips up. Don't allow your knees to go to the side. So the knees wants to go back first. You are still pressing through your heels mostly, engaging in your thighs slightly, and then walking yourself even more onto the tips of the shoulders. Maybe if you have the mobility here or flexibility, you can try to interlace your fingers, maybe even placing the palms together, walking yourself even higher. And try to relax your neck here and try to press the chest towards your chin, but keep your neck relaxed. Engage your core, engage your belly. The ribs will stick out a little bit. And again, press through your heels. If you feel your knees, you can walk or shift your feet a little bit more forward. You should feel this in your thighs and slowly release down. We'll lift the hips up once more. Inhale, lift. Don't have to interlace the fingers, just roll the shoulders out, external rotation. Press through your heels, belly in, chest towards your chin, relax the neck, and then unroll shoulders and try to roll the spine down slowly, as if you were putting down something very breakable. And then roll to the right side or left side, whichever, and sit up. onto your knees. So there are several parts of our body that are contributing to backbend. It depends what kind of backbend you are doing. The first part, of course, it's the back, the spine alone. But the other one is shoulders and then the hips if you go for a full backbend, such as the wheel. Then you have everything starting from your wrists to your shoulders, your upper back, middle back. Then, of course, the low back will bend, but we are trying always to not point the sitting bones too much back. That creates even more backbend in the low back. So the pelvis tries to stay neutral. And then, because this part is also contributing to the backbend, the hips needs to be open, so the hip flexors needs to relax. We'll start just by stretching our wrists. So you put your wrist right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips into tabletop, and turn the fingers a little bit out, just slightly, so your index fingers point forward, and start making circles with your shoulders over the palms. And then change the direction. We'll go on a little bit faster rate, and then turn your fingers out to the sides like this and move to right and then to the left. Just feel all your fingertips digging into the floor, and press also the inner side of your palms in to the mat. Try to unload the weight you have on the base of your palms, on your wrists. If it is accessible to you, you can try to turn your fingers all the way back towards your knees, and then you inhale and shift a little bit more forward. Squeeze or grab the mat with your fingertips, and exhale. Come back or lean back with your hips. Inhale forward and exhale back. Maybe the palms will peel off. Maybe you bend the elbows one more. Inhale and exhale, stretching the front of the wrists. And then release and move the wrists a little bit in circles, making fists. And place the palms back down. We'll take few cat-cows. Inhale to your cow tilt. Make those shoulders, rolling them back. So you look up, maybe stretching the neck. And exhale around the spine. Press through your palms, chin to chest. Belly in. Inhale forward. Try to squeeze the shoulder blades and send them down as you look up. So it's exactly the same place on your spine, on your back, where your block was. Inhale forward. Look up. Squeeze and send the shoulder blades down. Exhale. Round. Press through the top of the feet, through your palms. And then come to a neutral position and walk your hands forward. Keep your hips over your knees to your puppy pose. So this is one of the poses where you stretch your shoulders as well as upper back very nicely in a hollow back-like position. You can release your forehead down. Try to keep your elbows straight, so you can even come up to your fingertips. Just keep your elbows straight and try to roll your biceps up and triceps down. Reaching forward as you inhale, imagine your spine growing longer. And exhale, use that space in your middle and upper back to bend your spine or open your chest lower towards the ground. Inhale, reach, stretch, and exhale, try to squeeze the space, maybe bringing the chest down. Maybe turning the chin to the mat. And then roll forward into a Sphinx pose, placing your hips down onto the mat. Your elbows are right underneath your shoulders, and again you're trying to roll and open your collarbones wide. As you squeeze your inner thighs together, your feet can be together. Try to engage your legs a little bit. So you're pressing down the tops of your feet, engaging the quadriceps, lifting the kneecaps away from the ground. At the same time, pressing the belly in as you open the chest. Press towards the front, squeezing that place right underneath and your shoulder blades, underneath and behind the shoulder blades. Opening, rolling the shoulders back, inhale, and exhale, release down. Tuck the toes in, knees will be on the ground. Move your palms right where your low ribs are. Squeeze the belly in, squeeze the elbows in, and then press up into the tabletop again. With your knees tucked, place your palms, shoulders width, and press the hips up. Here you can stretch your hamstrings one at a time, bending one knee and then the other, releasing the neck, trying to press everything back, trying to make your spine long and straight. So if you have problems or if your hamstrings are not allowing you to tilt the pelvis more back or forward rather, so creating anterior pelvic tilt, anterior means forward, then you can micro bend the knees and trying to go a little bit higher with your sitting bones. Always engage the belly in and also the ribs in to neutralize your spine. Imagine your arms getting longer. Inhale and exhale. Slowly walk forward towards your hands. Inhale halfway. Imagine cow tilt. Sending the shoulder blades down. Look forward. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale. Exhale, folding. And it will come up all the way with spine or leading with your chest. Spine is straight, just unhinging the hips, reaching the arms up, stretching up, and exhale the palms to your chest. This time we will bend the knees. Big part of our back bends are thighs and the glutes, so your muscles on your butt. That's why chair is perfect somehow for back bends. Make sure that your feet are facing the same direction, so they are parallel to each other. If your feet are together, you can squeeze your knees together. If feet are wider, just make sure that your knees or your thigh bones are tracking the same direction as your feet are positioned, and they are parallel. Then reach your arms up and send your weight more back onto your heels. Then try to raise your gaze up, forward. Try to reach more back with your arms and then sit a little bit deeper. Inhale here and exhale a little bit deeper. Feel those thighs burning. Squeeze the glutes slightly, the outer side of your thighs. Inhale and exhale. First fingertips touch the floor and then extend the knees finally. Inhale halfway and exhale, step the right leg back. Place the right knee on the ground. Squeeze your inner thighs so you have more stability. Then rise your arms up. And exhale, release your palms to your chest. So we will again try to focus on opening the front side. You can try untucking your back toes if that feels maybe better for your back knee. And to open more the front side, you can be collapsing here in your low back. And to counter that or to avoid that, you can imagine that you want to press through your front leg a little bit more. And of course, engaging your core, your midline, will help you to make your low back longer. And inhale, reach your arms up. Press your belly. Imagine you want to go away with your belly from your front thigh. But as you exhale, keep this. Just send your hips a little bit lower and more forward. Inhale, reach higher. Belly in as you stretch. And exhale, fingertips down. And flex the left foot as you shift your hips back into your half splits. Inhale, open the chest, the collarbones. Exhale, fold. I'll do the other side right away. Just placing the palms down, stepping the left leg back, and the right one forward. You should already feel the difference in your legs after you stretched your right hip flexors. So again, pressing through the front heel, untucking the back toes. Inhale, reach your arms, then squeeze your belly and try to go away from your front thigh. And then exhale, shift the hips more forward and down. Inhale, also keep your inner thighs working so you don't open here, but rather have your hips squared forward. One more breath. And as you exhale, release the palms down. Stepping the right leg back. Inhaling here, shifting the weight more forward, and then pressing or putting your knees down, your chest right in between your palms, chin down, squeezing the elbows. Inhale, roll into your back bend on your belly, or maybe even pressing it up into your up dog. And exhale, downward dog. And again, the left leg goes forward. Inhale, reach your right arms up. Exhale, the left arm underneath the right one to go into your eagle arms. If your palms can be together, then press them towards each other. You can also press the backs of the palms into each other. Squeeze the belly. Inhale, raise your elbows up, maybe placing your thumbs to your forehead. And inhale, try to go higher with your elbows. And exhaling, squeezing the belly in, trying to go lower with your hips. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Fingertips forward. Stepping the right leg right next to the left one. Inhaling to halfway, to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Step the left leg back. Raise your arms as you inhale. Go to the other side. Exhale, hips down. Belly in, inhale. Exhale, right arm underneath the left one. Squeeze the palms together. Raise your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, you can tap the thumb onto your forehead. Trying to go higher with your elbows. Squeezing the belly in. Exhaling, going a little bit deeper into this back bend. Inhale. And exhale. And then release the hands, fingertips to the ground. I think we forgot the half split on this side, so we'll shift back with our hips, flexing the right foot, inhaling into the cow tilt, opening the collarbones, and exhale, fold over. Inhale, reshift, step the right leg back. Again, this vinyasa with knees, chest, chin. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, knees down. Go leading with your chest forward and down. Placing it down, squeezing the elbows. Inhale, rolling, lifting the chest. And exhale, press back to your down dog. And then place your knees down. I think I said we will go on a faster pace, and it's still a little bit slow. But I hope you feel a little bit more warmth after this. We will go to do the camel pose. So we stretched pretty well our hips, hip flexors, the spine. I think you are more aware of where you are supposed to bend. And we didn't really reach much back with our arms, but we did that bridge at the beginning. So in Camel, you're using all these parts of your body, although it's not a full back bend, so you're not opening your shoulders this way, but rather this way. Make sure that your knees are not splaying out, but rather just tracking down right underneath your hips. And then you can tuck your toes, or you can keep them untucked. For this first Camel, we will just stay higher and use our arms to support us. I like to place my fingers up towards my shoulders, but most of you will probably prefer fingers down. What I want you to do is to keep squeezing the elbows together as much as possible. So even if your fingers are down and your elbows are here free to fall to the sides, try to keep them open. An option is also to put your fingers to the sides, right? In between your hips and your low back. That will promote a little bit more the elbows squeezing. Belly in, and then first look up. Inhale and then exhale. Chest wants to go up as your navel stays engaged, pulling in towards your low back. Inhale, reaching higher through the chest bone, exhaling, squeezing the elbows, sending the shoulder blades down, maybe even releasing the head all the way back. If that doesn't feel good, keep it straight. So wherever you are, just try to take deep inhales and exhales through your nose into your chest, and exhaling, keeping reaching up. And then slowly start rolling, or keep your back bend. Just sit your sitting bones down onto your hips, and then roll your sitting bones down, pointing them down. Roll your middle upper neck to straight. Reach your arms and exhale. Release your palms onto your thighs. You can shift the legs together, closing your eyes, taking a deep inhale through your nose, side out through your mouth. One more deep inhale and side out. Close your lips, slowly open your eyes. We'll take a second round of Camel. This time you can tuck your toes. We'll try to roll and start from the upper spine. So that includes also the neck. If this really feels really bad for you, then keep your neck straight. But the rolling the spine one part at a time might be a little bit more organic, but it's also harder when you're just starting with backbending. So at the end, later maybe in your practice, you want to add the head too. Once you have all the muscles built to support it at the same time. The same as low back. So again, prepare first your palms on your low back, elbows in. Look up first, belly in, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, look back. And try to roll the shoulders a little bit lower. Once you hit your maximum, then bring one palm onto one heel and then the other one. You can shift the hips a little bit more back and then try to bring them again over your knees. If you have your heels, then maybe untucking one foot and then the other. Reach with your chest higher and don't collapse here, so don't bring your weight over to your palms, but rather keep your thighs engaged and keep reaching up higher to your chest bone. Inhale And exhale. And then first starting to sit your hips down. And then only once they are on your heels, rolling the low back, middle, upper neck. Reach the arms, stretch. And exhale. Release the palms down. Again, 2 big breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Blink your eyes open. We will do one more puppy pose just so we prepare our shoulders for the final pose, which will be the wheel. For this, again, bringing your hips over your knees. You can always check it. Walking your palms forward. Maybe even placing the palms closer towards each other, just so you can make a deeper shoulder opening. Then stay here for a few breaths. Again, either your forehead on the ground or your chin on the ground. Trying to elongate as you inhale. And trying to bend deeper in your upper back as you exhale. Rolling the biceps up, but keeping the armpits really, really, really long. And then slowly coming back to the tabletop. Wiggling the legs forward. And without bending the spine too much, lying onto your back. Move your wrist a little bit in preparation. We will start in the same position as we did for the bridge pose at the beginning. So the feet are flat on the ground, knees are bent. And here you can use also a prop, you can use a wall, you can use a block at a wall to elevate a little bit the ground underneath your palms. So that's one option if your shoulders are not that open. So bring your palms right next to your ears. And then make sure that you turn them a little bit more out, just so you don't put your elbows to the sides, but you want to keep the shoulders in external rotation. The elbows are facing up, and the whole time as you press up into your wheel, you don't want to allow your elbows to open. First we will lift the hips up again through the heels, pressing down, and then press into the arms and just put the top of the head on the ground. So now the elbows are pointing back, the fingers are pointing towards your heels or maybe a little bit out even. Keep pressing through your heels, and at this point actually you can put your weight more over to your soles of the feet, just so you can elevate the hips a little bit in order to not to go so much into a back bend in your low back. Press through your palms and then lift the head just slightly, just a little bit, and then you can release it down. Maybe repositioning the legs. If the stance is too short, then press up, try to extend the elbows, don't splay them out, keep the elbows pointing forward, and then last thing, try to press the chest forward. Maybe if you feel comfortable here, placing the heels down, just trying to feel this more in the shoulders and your chest, then in your belly and in your low back. Keep your inner thighs engaged. Inhale and exhale slowly. First bending the elbows, pressing the chin into your neck, placing or putting yourself down carefully, onto your neck and back. Feet can go mat width, allowing the knees to fall in towards each other, and placing one palm onto your belly, the other onto your chest. Feeling the heartbeat right underneath your palm. As you can feel, backbends can be really overwhelming and waking up your heart, your whole body. So you can use them in order to a little bit floss your spine, but at the same time also to awaken your mind. Taking one more deep breath. Exhaling. And then take a second round. Again, placing the feet down. Hips width. Bring the hips up. Palms right next to your ears. First you can land on the top of your head and try to press up and forward. Belly in, protecting your spine, and feel the place in between your shoulder blades. Squeeze it, send the shoulder blades somewhere. Just try to elevate this time maybe through your armpits as you press using your legs, your chest forward. Your knees don't splay out. Inhale and exhale, chin to chest. Bend the elbows. Slowly lower yourself down. Rolling the spine down on the mat. Again, the same position as before. Closing your eyes. Then allow your knees to come away from each other and just bend both knees to the right side and then to the left, and one more to the right. Windshield wiping them to both sides, and slowly, carefully putting your knees up towards your chest and squeezing them in. Maybe even rolling the low back on the mat. So trying to create some space in your spine. Then squeezing your belly in very carefully. So you have to be always a little bit slower after backbends to fold the spine into the other side. And then taking a spinal twist, your arms go to the sides into a T shape. Send your legs, your knees to the left as you look to the right. Maybe even grabbing the right knee with your left palm. As you inhale, try to bring your right shoulder down to the ground. And as you exhale, bringing the right knee closer to the left side. Trying to keep your navel engaged again. Maybe your knees needs to go a little bit higher in order for your low back to get a little bit more straighter. And come to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Allow your knees to fall to the right side. Look to the left. Inhale, reach through the left fingers, bringing the left shoulder down onto the ground. And exhale, maybe trying to bring the left knee more to the right. And then come to the center again. Grab your feet from the outside. Point the soles up towards the ceiling and try to bring the knees down. So the shins are perpendicular with the floor. As you are here, try to make your spine straight again by bringing the sacrum down onto the ground. Use your arms to pull the feet down. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Again, squeezing the knees, bringing the forehead in towards your knees. Squeezing everything, using your hip flexors to squeeze your knees in towards you, towards your chest, using the arms to squeeze the knees even more. Take a deep inhale and then hold. And exhale. Relax the legs down all the way, allowing your arms to open to the sides. And again, you can stay here in your savasana for a few more breaths or even a few more minutes. I'm very much thankful for you that you joined me for this practice. Namaste.